2 for 2. San Pedro now with a 1-point lead. De Luna using the De Guzman screen. Hands it over to Jonas. Jonas Panahon, the in and out dribble. The fade is short. Couple of jumpers, perimeter jumpers by San Pedro. Well, the first two that they attempted seemed to be flat. Though Himel Julio was called for travel in that last possession by Cavite City. Here is Brent to Dwayne, back to Brent. De Luna. They go to the corner. They swing it to the other side. 8 to shoot for San Pedro. Sullivan with the 3 that was partially blocked. Oh, Jonas Panahon finding himself free from 5 feet away. He will not miss.
Aside from being a very good offensive scorer, he is pretty much always at the right place at the right time.
Has that nose for the ball, no? Oh, that 3 is money from Himel Julio with a hand on his face, huh?
And that is definitely a good sign to start for Cavite City, having Julio back in harness.
Right. Here's Jonas. They go to the corner. John Lloyd drives baseline, spins, back to Jonas. Straight away 3. Oh, off glass and into the bucket.
And I like how he acts like, he did that on purpose.
Right, that's sabi nga ng mga Gen Z, nonchalant. After making that, kumbaga, I called board. In the meantime, baseline, the ball is lost at the baseline. Possession remains with Cavite. Quick corner 3, did not hit anything for De Veles. Panahon to De Luna, back to Jonas. Jonas almost getting that foul counted to go, but the shot was just a bit too strong.
But it also helps Panahon that his teammates keep on looking for him.
And look at that play by De Luna to Panahon. Now Jonas at the line for 2. While he's shooting his free throws, we would like to thank once again our very gracious hosts dito sa Lipa City Youth and Recreational and Cultural Center, rather. Thank you very much to Mayor Eric Africa. No relation to my partner here.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but...
Well, we can check. Well, malay mo. Malay mo, Mayor. Yes, thank you, Mayor Eric Africa. And also, thank you to Councilor Mikey Moradas. And of course, to Sir Ivan Nocom, who is always supporting Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL. Victolero Damidi falls. I thought he didn't have enough arc on that shot, no? Pero it found the plate and napatay yung pektos. It just went into the basket. Good shot by Victolero that time. Now he's trying to contain De Guzman. De Guzman sees the mismatch in height. Dwayne. Oh, money on the J by Dwayne Lirio.
Again, nothing flashy about the game of Dwayne
yes.
Lirio, but very effective on the floor.
In the meantime, De Veles still can't find the basket.
Definitely one guy.
Oh, that was too high.
One guy they need to get going is De Veles.
Julio goes all the way. Here's a baseball pitch right into the hands of Carlos De Guzman, but he brings it out. Sullivan, he will lose the ball to the baseline after a good defensive stand there by Julio and Navarro.
Really, for Cavite City, even on a made basket, they need to get back on defense after that layup by Julio. San Pedro just looking to push the ball right away as John Carl Gadlan checking in for San Pedro.
That's right. In their last game, John Carl Gadlan had a spectacular outing versus Cavite City. He was like the Robin to Jonas Panahon's Batman. In the meantime, finally getting a bucket in this game after several tries is De Veles, and that was from underneath. Good entry pass there.
As Rubang also checking into the game for Lirio, so a little more mobility on the front line for San Pedro.
This is actually the fast team of the San Pedro Spartans. De Veles completing the pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted play. Oh, that was deflected, and steal is complete. Beautiful finish. Roven Kosho with the left.
And a great fast break run there by Cavite City.
That pass was too strong, but San Pedro able to gather. Oh, that slow sidestep by Brent De Luna, and the floater goes in.
Well, those are the kinds of moves that we can still do.
Basta slow, okay lang.
Anything slow and anything a little off the ground is doable.
Basta little lang. Castillo missing the elbow three for Cavite. Spartans running. Here's De Luna. Again, the sidestep, but now a pass, and a beautiful pass at that as Kalel Pagyo gets a bucket with a foul. See it once again. Sidestepping, and then that handoff to Pagyo. Pagyo with the pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted play.
And just the way San Pedro shares the basketball, very willing to allow a teammate with better scoring position to get the basketball.
Bonus free throw now for Kalel. Oh, that bounces out. And possession swings back to Cavite City Aces Solar. They are down by just 2 versus the San Pedro Spartans with 2 minutes and 33 remaining here in their first period. Once again, this is the 18 and under game in the South Division. Best of 3 between these two. San Pedro with 1 game ahead. Well, 1 game ahead versus Cavite. They could close this series out if they get a dub here, talking about the San Pedro Spartans. But of course, Cavite City Aces Solar looking to extend this series. There's the knockout play, but well anticipated by Jonas Panahon. Again, another deflection by the Spartans. Stack formation by Cavite at the free throw line. Victolero receives. That's the other Victolero. That's Joaquin. Castillo tries to drop it off. Steal by the Spartans. That layup won't go. Good challenge there by Christian Valerio.
Well, that might turn out to be a good foul there for San Pedro, as that could have been an easy layup on the other end for Cavite City.
Jonas Panahon will get some rest at the dying minute of this first period. 1 minute and 26 remaining. Castillo met by Tan Feliz. Here is Valerio. 10 to shoot for Cavite City. Shot is up but out. The putback still no go for Cavite City Aces Solar. Oh, Frankliro Rubang losing that dribble. Valerio, great pass. And the finish by Melbert Torrente. We are tied at 16.
That's right, Torrente made a living in game 1, getting out in transition and getting those easy baskets.
Here is Gadlan. Picks up his dribble, finds Amboy. The 3 is in. That's Antonio Dan Milo Amboy of the San Pedro Spartans knocking down the first. Well, not the first 3 of the game, but his first 3 of the game, though.
also preserving a 3-point advantage for San Pedro.
Gadlan left it for Kalel Pagyo, but Pagyo missed that, missed the layup. Though, what a disruption there on the defensive end. Possession goes back to the San Pedro Spartans. Timeout has been called. It is brought to you by Nature Spring, the #1 bottled water in the Philippines, and that was the last tray by Amboy. .8 remaining in this first period. Enough time for San Pedro Spartans to pull off one last play. There is the pass, but that was too long as right out of the timeout, they commit a turnover. John Carl Gadlang, but actually it wasn't too long, it was too low for John Carl to get. And now it is the Cavite City Aces Solar who calls for a timeout. Back to the action. 5.8 seconds. Cavite with the ball. Valerio trapped in mid-court, but a foul was given up by San Pedro.
And that's actually their last foul to give.
So foul was called against Dan Amboy. Valerio, the heave. Oh, that almost went in. And at the end of 10 minutes of the first 10 minutes of play, San Pedro up by 3, 19 to 16 of Cavite City Aces Solar as we see some of the first quarter highlights. That was Jonas Panahon. And we see Emel Julio, good to be back on the floor with the Cavite City Aces Solar, and this perfect fast break capped off by Roven Cosio of Cavite. We will take a short break. When we return, it's the second quarter.
Welcome back to Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Ayaw pa naming magbakasyon ng maaga. That's how head coach Noel Engracia started our conversation earlier. Sabi niya nga sa akin, malaking tulong na nandito si Jamel Julio, and hopefully ma-extend nga nila to into game number 3. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court naman, para dito sa San Pedro Spartans, it's assistant coach Goy Bagares who will be calling the shots. The reason behind this, yung coaching staff nila, meron din sila ibang game, so naghati-hati talaga sila sa pag-call ng shots coach or sa pagko-coach ng kanilang koponan. The pros and cons of this, syempre, magkakaroon ng maraming exposure experiences yung teams. But in contrast to that naman, ayun nga, nagiging hati rin yung kanilang atensyon. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Daphne. And what's your reaction to that, Coach No, yung pagkahati ng atensyon, lalo na sa coaches?
Well, that's really the issue with handling too many teams. At some point, that's why you have a coaching staff. So,
Right.
You always are able to delegate authority and responsibility, accountability among your coaches, and all of them will be able and willing to take over whatever it is they have to do.
In the meantime, another perfect fast break, but this time on the side of the San Pedro Spartans. No dribble whatsoever, just 3 long passes there, and Jonas Panahon caps it off with a layup. They are now up by 5, 21-16. Lirio picks it up. Gatlan remains on the floor. Oh, his pocket was picked by Christian Valerio, who goes all the way for 2.
Gonna need to take care of the basketball better in San Pedro because Cavite will really pounce on those turnovers.
Jonas Panahon sagging off on him is Joaquin Victorero. They go to the corner. No shot there for Carlos de Guzman. Now here's De Luna, the in and out dribble to Lirio, trying to carve space, but the shot clock just caught up with him. Too tentative on that last offensive set for San Pedro.
And you can see Cavite now really having to focus on the defensive end to get points on the other end. You need to make stops to be able to get those possessions.
Oh, look at that rebound tap by Lirio to Jonas, and Jonas! That Pinoy step is in effect, and the bucket again for Panahon.
And again, if Panahon uses either a shot or a pass fake, you're gonna have to respond to it.
Right. In the meantime, Jonas Panahon was responsible for that miss by Valerio. It's the smooth Pinoy, aka sidestep, by Jonas Panahon.
And that's why it's important for any player to also, not only become an offensive threat, but also a threat to be setting up teammates, because that's what makes those fakes very effective.
San Pedro playing out and in and out again. Corner 3 was missed. 2 players on the floor. Cavite controls. Here's Julio to De Veles, to Torrente, who gets the bucket to go.
It's really a great finisher is Torrente.
Right.
Delivering from that in game 1.
And you would have thought that Melbert was too deep underneath. In the meantime, offensive rebound. Dwayne Lirio goes up, gets the bucket plus the foul, and that foul counter play is brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness. Be Liga ready. See it one more time. Dwayne with the power move inside.
Just excellent position on that offensive rebound, and what's in a great position for that putback right away.
And of course, Dwayne Lirio, missing the bonus free throw, but I was about to say, with those purple Kai ones. Ang ganda eh. Samantala, De Veles, elbow 3, too strong. Offensive rebound, Melbert Torrente making a living inside.
He just hams around the basket, and Torrente is just an excellent and efficient finisher inside.
And his athleticism, he can very well match up with Jonas Panahon's athleticism. Oh, somehow that shot found its way into the hole. De Luna just releasing it up high. In the meantime, again, good defense by Lirio, but Melbert Torrente is there to clean it all up.
And Torrente is not really a player you call plays for.
Right. Oh, there's De Velez sneaking in to get that steal from behind, and guess who? Melbert for the layup.
Thought the pass was way too forward, but Torrente still able to
Oh,
block that shot.
wow. Getting it done on both ends of the floor. Melbert Torrente. First the layup and then that block, trapping the ball sa baba ng board, no? We gotta see that again. Here it is. Nowhere to go there was John Lloyd Sullivan as Melbert Torrente just opened up the umbrella.
That was impressive. He was the one who scored on a layup on one end. And the first guy back on defense for Cavite City.
In the meantime, Jonas Panahon says enough is enough. Took matters into his own hands. Got himself a trip to the free throw line.
And just like in game one, whenever Cavite City is within striking distance, they bring in Jonas Panahon to, you know,
That's right.
to provide the points and
Weather
stymie
the storm.
and weather the storm. There you go.
2 for 2 from the line by Jonas. In the game now for Cavite is Sam Paul. Here's Julio. Back to Sam. They go to the corner. Melbert against Lirio. He knows he can blow by Lirio, but Lirio playing straight up good defense there, as well as the entire team of San Pedro. Oh, that will be a travel call against Frank Niro Rubang. So far, he hasn't gotten himself going in this game. And credit the defense of Cavite City Aces Solar. So far, they've been keeping in step, no, with San Pedro.
And more importantly, being able to get back in transition and stop any early offense for San Pedro.
And speaking of defense, San Pedro Spartans from a zone, they just switched to man, and they got that. They got to stop. Medyo nagulat doon sa biglang man-to-man ang Cavite City.
And the ability of San Pedro to switch defense is pretty much showing, you know, the chemistry that has already been built.
Frank Rubang could not hit on the elbow three. Good effort there by Tan Feliz to keep the possession for San Pedro. Here's Jonas trying to sneak in, but well anticipated there by Jarek Victorero, and yeah, elicited a foul on Panahon.
First personal foul on Jonas Panahon.
Here is Jarek to De Velez. Melbert, baseline J, too strong. Sampos there for the offensive rebound. Goes for the reverse and hits.
On the offensive rebound, able to weigh his options, found that reverse opportunity.
Again, another travel called against Frank Niro Rubang. Second in this quarter alone.
Can't really blame some of these guys coming off the bench, just coming in with so much energy, but you need to rechannel and refocus.
Right. Here is Sam to Julio, pulls up, long. Panahon with the rebound. Amboy back to Jonas. Jonas, the in and out dribble against De Velez. Spins. Oh, knocks down the fade. Whew.
Just the maturity in the game of Jonas Panahon.
Almost getting a steal there, but Julio gathers, recovers, and lays it in. What a stretch with the lefty finish by Himel Julio.
Completely different team when Julio is on the floor.
You are absolutely right, Coach Noy. I mean, you can see clearly no, yung confidence level ng Cavite City Aces Solar compared to their last outing when Himel Julio was not available. Here he is against Amboy. Sampo pulls up. That won't go. John Lloyd Sullivan ahead to Jonas. Jonas again, that in and out dribble pulls out and pulls up, and that is money. That is like a layup for him.
It's like you said, looks automatic when it's Jonas Panahon doing it. It looks easy, but try to do that at full speed and then a quick stop to the pull-up.
That three won't go for Jarek Victolero. Tan Feliz, eludes the defense and lays it up with the left. What a crossover move there by Marcael Angelo Tan Feliz. Melbert to Julio, back to Melbert. Good cut there, extra pass to Sam. The drop step, but the defense is there to bother his shot. Nonetheless, De Velez with the stick back. And that ball almost going to our official's table. In the meantime, we will have a break in this very exciting game and see that crossover move by Marcael Tan Feliz finishing with the left. We have a timeout. It is brought to you by Nature Spring, the #1 bottled water in the Philippines. .5 seconds remaining in this first half of the 18 and under game in the South Division. San Pedro Spartans with a 3-point lead over the Cavite City Aces Solar. Here is Jarek, finds Julio. The three is up, offline. Frank Niro Rubang. He lost that ball to the baseline. So possession swings back to Cavite City Aces Solar. Another chance for them. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Here's the drive and the drop. Melbert Torrente tried an attempt there while Jarek Victolero missing another three. Nine seconds. No one's there to stop Jonas Panahon. And how can you turn your back on the #1 gun of San Pedro? In the meantime, that shot by Torrente, who was blocked by Tan Feliz. Well, it would not have counted had it gone in, no? So at the end of 2 quarters of play, San Pedro Spartans up by 5, 37-32 of the Cavite City Aces Solar. We will take a short break. When we return, it's the halftime report.
Pinamimigay ko na nga, putang na. Hindi mo wala akong katulog-tulog. Saan? Hindi.
You're still watching Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, and for our halftime interview, kasama po natin si Assistant Coach Ian Fuentes-Pina ng Team Cavite City Aces Solar. Magandang umaga po, Coach. Thank you so much for the opportunity na makausap po kayo during this halftime interview. Alam naman po natin in comparison to the first game, mas dikitan po itong larong ito. How can the team pull away entering po the second half?
Siguro yung game plan namin nangyayari. Yung depensa namin nagiging okay naman kaya na dumidikit yung laban. Siguro sa second half kailangan pa namin pag-igihan yung depensa namin at yung right place namin sa mga timeout namin. Tsaka tiwala sa isa't isa, sa mga teammates. Yun lang.
Coach Ian, meron po ba kayong gustong pasalamatan ngayon?
Pasalamatan ko po si mga sponsors po namin. Si Mayor Denver Chua, Levis Construction, Alpha Sports, AC Solar, Cavite City Councilors, Basinga Basketball, Vanguards Basketball, Coach D, pagaling po kayo kay Manager Renz Manson at kay Manager Erwin Victolero. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Coach Ian, and good luck po sa team ninyo. Back to you guys.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Special thanks to Mayor Eric Africa and Honorable Michael Gerard Mikey Morada of Lipa City, Batangas for hosting today's games. And Mr. Ivan Nukam of Boss I. Maraming salamat.
We are now at halftime in this game between San Pedro Spartans and the Cavite City Aces Solar in the 18 and under division of the South. Right now the score is 37-32. San Pedro up by 5. This is the best of 3 series in the quarterfinal round of these playoffs, with San Pedro having a 1-game advantage over Cavite. Right now, here are some of the highlights from the first half as we see the power of Dwayne Lirio underneath. In the meantime, Melbert Torrente of the Cavite City Aces Solar getting a bucket there, as well as the reverse coming from Sampo.
And a quick look at the numbers. As you can see, San Pedro just really doing well from the field. 51%, 15 out of 29. They've actually had less attempts, 10 less attempts than Cavite, but has converted more on the floor. 35% for Cavite City, 14 out of 39 3-point field goals. Both teams having a difficult time from the outside. Cavite 1 out of 12, San Pedro 2 out of 9 rebounding, going the way of San Pedro, 21-19. But the problem for San Pedro, they've not taken care of the basketball already. 12 turnovers against 7 for Cavite City. But Cavite City also taking advantage of those turnovers, scoring 15 points off turnovers against just 4 for San Pedro. So both of these teams really need to take care of the basketball, and so far Cavite has managed to keep in step, mainly due to their ability to transition and be able to transition from defense to offense. But their biggest problem is still going to be not the weather, but Jonas Panahon, already with 21 points in the first half. And
Right.
you're going to be surprised with how quickly he puts points on the board.
Yes.
I mean, we have access to the stats.
Right.
And
Right.
even we are surprised to see that he already has 21 in the first half.
In the meantime, our third quarter is underway. Once again, we are broadcasting live from the Lipa City Youth and Cultural Center here, of course, in Lipa City, Batangas. Thank you once again to our most gracious hosts. Thank you, Mayor Eric Africa, and honorable counselor Mikey Morada, as well as big thanks to Sir Ivan Nocom. And you just mentioned turnover, the turnover issues for both squads. Kaka-turnover na naman doon ng San Pedro early in this third quarter. So these teams coming out of the halftime huddle a bit sloppy.
That's right, and they cannot afford to be sloppy, especially for Cavite City, who is down 1-0 in the best-of-3 series.
Oh, that almost went in for Jimel Julio, but he was able to tap the ball from behind. Nonetheless, San Pedro Spartans control. Here is Gadlan. John Carl. Not much of an impact in this game, unlike in their first game in this best-of-3 series. And whenever San Pedro Spartans are looking for an answer, there is Jonas Panahon.
That's right, and despite Gadlan still scoreless in this game, has not been a factor, as you said. They're still up by 5 points, and that's mainly because of this guy, Jonas Panahon. Of course, when you bombard him with superlatives, he misses from the free throw line.
Nonetheless, kahit ako nagulat sa sinabi mo na nakaka 20 plus points na pala itong si Jonas nung first half. Because, and again, like what you pointed out in their first game, no, parang hindi pa rin pinapawisan itong si Jonas Panahon. In the meantime, here are the Cavite City Aces Solar, but they turn it over. That pass will be too long. Castillo and De Luna both had a hand on the ball. Let's see. And the ball just went out of the center. Our officials chased after it and there retrieved the ball back.
Well, like I said, many thanks to Lipa City for hosting this a very breezy indoor venue.
Right. Panahon missing that fadeaway jumper. But Cavite turns it over once again. Here is John Carl Gadlan. Nowhere to go. Safely kicks it back out. De Guzman. Well, now here's Dwayne Lirio, the midi. This time it's short, but look who just got that offensive rebound in the putback. Jonas Panahon.
And you cannot really just consider him as a one-dimensional scorer
yes.
because Jonas Panahon can do everything on the floor. You can see there getting the offensive rebound and the putback.
Julio 4-3, not there. Second try as Joaquin Victorero picked up that loose ball, but he got blocked on the shot. Nonetheless, possession still with Cavite City. Now from the other side, still a no-go from 3. De Guzman ahead. The layup will bounce out. Too much sauce there on the release by De Guzman. That jumper won't go as well for, was that Victorero?
Yeah, it was Victorero, and 3 straight forced shots here
Right.
for Cavite City.
Speaking of force, that is a force to reckon with inside. Dwayne Lirio against 3.
Well, on one end, it's 4 shots for Cavite City. On the other end, for Lirio, oh, what a finish. But for Lirio, it's a shot with force.
That's right. But yeah, what a finish there by Roven Cosio, flying like a raven. Umupo pa sa ere around Dwayne Lirio. Around and over, I might add. De Guzman, straight away 3, short. Ball is loose, picked up by Cosio. And now ahead, Lilo back in the game. Oh, that lefty layup was hurried there. Victorero. And a travel will be called against against RG Castillo. That's a shame for Cavite City Aces Solar. They had a 3-on-1 fast break in that last sequence, and they bungled it.
And also another guy who has been a non-factor for Cavite City, Ian Lilo. Can't afford to lie low in an elimination game like this.
Right. I believe may nangyari before the game na nawala siya sa rhythm eh.
That could be the case, as it's now a 10-point advantage for San Pedro.
That's right. If you look at these two teams, as Himel Julio goes all the way, Cavite City Aces Solar with Himel Julio back in the lineup clearly has the size advantage and the height and size advantage. No? But so far, they haven't taken advantage of it.
Well, mainly because they've not been able to box out also on the defensive end, as
Right.
they give up another opportunity here.
As Kalel Cassius Pagio got that offensive rebound, got fouled on the putback attempt. He's now at the line for two.
As John Carl Gadlan will check out. Still scoreless in the game. And they're
First-
ahead by 8.
Right.
So, no real problem there.
First try is a miss for Kalel Pagio, as well as the second. So score remains 44-36. Under 5 minutes to go. Alley-oop to Melbert Torrente. What a pass by Zek De Velez.
Not only what a pass, but also what a catch from
yes.
Torrente. That was way up there.
Right.
A special delivery from the sky.
In the meantime, scoring inside. Pagio will not be denied that time. Here is Zek, pulls up. Jumper is long, rebound, Jonas Panahon. Tries to go cross court to Dan Amboy, but that was deflected out of bounds.
As Jonas Panahon will now check out, as Rubang will check back in. Let's see if he settles down a bit now.
Right. So far, Frank Niro Rubang, only impact he has made is actually negative. Dalawang travels yun. Samantala Amboy gets the ball, crosses over the defender, goes up and puts it in.
That's really a problem for Cavite City. Jonas Panahon sits down, no John Carl Gadlan, but points still continuing to come for San Pedro.
In the meantime, that's a good shutdown inside by San Pedro. Rubang, the follow, still no go.
But you like the effort being put out here by Rubang.
Right. Oh, look, speaking of effort, Amboy just crashing in to our admin stable right there in the attempt to deflect that pass. But San Pedro gets it back. De Luna, he'll try that shot, but misses. Amboy will miss also. Gets it back. Third try for San Pedro, and good tap there from behind by Torrente. Valerio for the lay-in.
Great pinpoint pass from Julio. May look easy, but it takes a lot of skill to make.
The lead is still 8 for the Spartans. A little over 2 minutes to go here in the third. 48-40 is the score. John Lloyd Sullivan, also a player that has yet to make an impact para dito sa San Pedro Spartans.
See once again that pinpoint pass from Julio to Valerio.
Right into the pocket. Pagio, not aware of the time, now puts it up. Too strong, does not hit the ring. Aces Solar running. Here's Christian. Kicks it out to Velez. Oh, what an escape back. Melbert Torrente doing it all for the Cavite City Aces Solar.
And, usually you want your best option in the paint to be a big guy, but this guy Torrente just knows how to finish inside.
Right. And he plays big,
Oh, yeah.
Melbert Torrente. Here's the handoff. Tanfeliz back in the game. Amboy again, not aware of the shot clock. It was the San Pedro Spartans taking too long to attempt for a shot.
And a few possessions here for San Pedro with no real option on offense on the floor. You know, when things get broken down, you need that one guy who can, you know, create a shot for himself or for his teammates, and that's why they bring in Panahon and Gadlan back on the floor.
I feel that Jonas Panahon was taken out too early, you know, with 4 minutes to go in the third. And now we still have 1:06. The lead is now down to 6 for San Pedro Spartans.
Well, you are trying to get him some minutes to rest on the bench, but
Right.
that ploy backfired.
Right. A solid rejection right there by Frank Niro Rubang that could get him going.
That's why you want him on the floor.
Right.
Although he may be struggling on the offensive end, he provides some rim protection for San Pedro.
A bit out of control there was Christian Valerio ng Panahon versus Torrente. This is the matchup of this game, basically. And Torrente actually won that as Panahon misses the attempt. Here is Melbert to Develes. Back to Melbert. He will go baseline. Finds Sampo. However, Sampo missed the point-blank shot. John Carl. In and out dribble. Spins. Fakes. Finds Amboy. The three is in for Dan Amboy.
And again, that's the importance of having a guy like Gadlan or Panahon on the floor. With the shot clock running down, makes the right play.
Melbert again. Oh! That was almost a good block by Amboy, but he got the body of Cedric Navarro. Now Navarro will go to the line for two. Yeah, he got the ball on top, no, but dumaan muna talaga sa katawan.
Yeah, definitely a lot of body. Again, advantage of being taller for Navarro. Got away with being able to get to the free throw line.
But the effort of Antonio Dan Milo Amboy in this game is...
You really had to say the full name.
Siyempre. Oh, again, a block upstairs, but a foul before the shot. So, with 0-0 on the clock for the third quarter, well, the third quarter is still not over as Navarro, again, will go to the line for two. Still missing is Cedric Navarro. A bit hurried on the release. No? Yun, medyo mabagal na. And that goes in for Cedric Navarro of Cavite City Aces Solar. So after 3 quarters of game, San Pedro Spartans up 51-43 as we see some of the third quarter highlights. Again, Lirio always in the highlights with those power moves, as well as Melbert Torrente. Just claiming that baseline for himself was Himel Julio. And here is the high-end, the sky play. De Velez to Torrente of the Cavite City Aces Solar. We will take a short break. When we return, it's the fourth and final period. Before we start the fourth quarter, we would like to acknowledge and thank our sponsors once again. Thank you to Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Pound Active for quality sports wear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Dorite, Bola ng Pinoy, official basketball of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Winford Resort and Casino Manila, Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant, and of course, Don Benito's, ang Pampansang Kasava. At isama pa natin ang Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Fourth quarter underway. right now in this last 10 minutes, Coach Noy, what is key for Cavite City here in able to extend this series?
Well, this guy, Well Julio, might just have to carry the scoring load together with Torrente. But for that to happen, they need to get into the early offense and get some easy baskets. Well, for the side of San Pedro, you always have a solution. You just give the ball to Jonas Panahon, who is now being denied by Valerio.
And Valerio called for that nudge. Yeah, Christian Valerio trying to get Jonas Panahon off rhythm here. In the meantime, in that last offensive thrust by Cavite City, Frank Miro Rubang just got his second block of the game, and here he is right now. Still can't buy a bucket. Double black eye on the part of Rubang as he was called for the foul after the miss.
And the goggles are off for
Sampo. Samantala, we have some insights from the court side. Here is Daphne.
For Coach Noel's squad, ang naging instruction na lang was to specifically go down for defense immediately to stop the tempo na pinapakita dito ng San Pedro Spartans. And in terms naman dun sa mga fast break opportunities, alam na nila na strength yun nito ng San Pedro, but that's something that they can try to slow down. Para naman dito kay Coach Goy, for assistant coach, he was just giving the guards na dapat bigyan nila ng kumpiyansa yung kanilang big men. I-involve sila in terms of scoring para hindi lang din itong si Jonas Panahon ang kanilang initial option in terms of offense. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Daphne. And involved naman yung halos karamihan na San Pedro Spartans. It's just that when everything else fails, you have that deterrent named Jonas Panahon.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
all
push
teams,
the Panahon button.
Not all teams have that option.
Yes.
You know? But,
Oh, John.
for a team to actually have, the ability to control weather. That's just a luxury for Team San Pedro.
John Carl Gadlan, good fake. The layup won't go. Frank Nero Rubang finally gets a bucket in this game. Samantala, Melbert Torrente. Oh, he was too excited to see that lane wide open. And yeah, naunahan niya yung bola. John Carl Gadlan fires up a three. Wala. And look who got it. Frank Rubang.
Well, that's what you get for a player who just plays with a lot of energy. Some energy plays here for Rubang.
In the meantime, we see it once again. The offensive rebound and the reverse by Frank Rubang. We have a timeout. It is brought to you by Nature Spring. Eight minutes and 21 seconds remaining in this game. San Pedro Spartans up by 12, 55-43 of the Cavite City Aces Solar. Right now, Cavite City Aces Solar really bleeding for some offense. Emel Julio demanding the ball. He is hounded by John Carl Gadlan. Steps back. Good defense by John Carl. Now, double team here. But he finds Melbert Torrente, who takes it all the way. May kasama pang foul yon.
Again, that's really the importance of, when you get doubled, that means someone is going to be open.
Right. And good recognition there by Emel Julio, finding his teammate. Melbert Torrente does not complete that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play. John Carl Gadlan hounded by Melbert. Oh, he got tied up there by Christian. And that three is good for Brent De Luna. And he was actually asking for continuation after making that three. Victulero sends it to Christian Valerio. Valerio goes back to the baseline, carves up space, but he will be called for the offensive foul as clearly that off arm was extended against Carlos de Guzman.
And he is acknowledging.
But that was a fearless move right there. And tawag doon, coach na yun, nanuwag, no?
Oo, ginagawa mo yun pero hindi tinatawagan. Kasi naawa sa'yo.
Tsaka wala naman ako sungay.
Sungay, wala kang ang buhok.
Yun nga eh. Oh, surprise three there by John Carl Gadlan.
That's only his first basket of the game, but that could be big as they extend the lead now to 16.
Jarek Victulero trying to get it to Himel Julio. Three by Sampo, that is short. The red shirts of San Pedro running once again, but good job here by De Guzman to pull it back out. Now Gadlan will set it up. Jonas back in the game. Sampo egging him to take a shot.
I wouldn't do that.
You be careful what you wish for. Oh, John Carl Gadlan forced to put it up as the shot clock was winding down. And look at him diving for the loose ball and getting it to Jonas Panahon. Jonas, oh, the drop to De Guzman, but De Guzman misses. Oh, check that, that was De Luna. Though Gadlan was there for the putback. Christian Valerio, good move to try and lay it up and avoid the defense of Frank Niro Rubang, who already has two monster blocks in this game.
And again, that's what you like about Jonas Panahon in transition, still looking for teammates who might have a better shot at the basket than himself. So even with 26 points in the game, he is still, he's not forcing things on the floor.
And right now, Jonas Panahon and De Luna actually talking to each other. Of course, Jonas saying na yung assist ko naman, pare. As De Luna was wide open for that point-blank shot. In the meantime, sinking his last free throw is Christian Valerio. He has played quality minutes so far for Cavite City Aces Solar, Christian Valerio, especially alongside Melbert Torrente, but now he has been pulled out of the game in favor of De Veles. Score is 6-3, 47. It is now a 16-point lead for the San Pedro Spartans. That quick J for Marcael San Feliz won't go, but he gets it back, easily picking the pocket of Zek De Veles that time.
De Veles, who has not gotten his game going, only 5 points in the game.
Missed by Jonas there on the drive. Up high once again, Melbert Torrente. Melbert Torrente really just making a living, well, not above the ring, but at least above the backboard, the lower part of the backboard. And as we saw that last alley-oop by Melbert Torrente, we have a timeout. It is brought to you by Nature Spring. Back to the action, streaming live from the Lipa City Youth and Cultural Center over here in Lipa, Batangas. This is the 18 and under South Division playoff match between San Pedro versus Cavite City. Of course, if San Pedro Spartans goes on to win this game, they will move on to the semifinal round of the South Division. And there was a holding foul called against Dwayne Lirio. And that puts San Pedro over the penalty limit. It is going to be a long 5 minutes now.
And actually, for Cavite City, they've actually managed to contain Jonas Panahon here in the second half after having 21 in the first half, only with 5 in the second half. So they're doing a good job, but unfortunately, the other guys now for San Pedro starting to step up. And also another thing for Cavite City, if you're trying to, nowadays when you're trying to make a comeback, you need to get hot from the outside.
Right.
And so far, as a team, they're shooting 1 out of 16
Ooh. From 3.
from 3.
And yeah, you mentioned it. Right now, Jonas Panon is just standing there on offense because he is being boxed in, or boxed one, na tinatawag natin by, right now by De Veles. But collectively, the other players of the San Pedro Spartans are contributing, notably itong si De Luna, si Rubang, and even John Carl Gadlan, who's now sitting on the bench. In the meantime, that awkward 3 by Victorero, too strong, 2 players on the floor.
That will mean free throws for De Veles. But for the side of San Pedro, I don't think Jonas Panahon minds if someone denies him the basketball. It's going to be 4-on-4.
Right.
So he trusts that his teammates will take care of things.
At the line, making his first is Zach De Veles. Right now, Cavite City Aces Solar really needs his play, as well as that guy, Melbert Torrente. Here is the outlet. Jonas receives 3 against 1. Jonas misses. Offensive rebound and the putback attempt there by Carlos de Guzman.
Well, do you want to try to guess how many points Torrente has now? He has 20 points already.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, as he is a running highlight film. There he is again, the third alley-oop for Melbert Torrente.
Right on cue, as if
Right.
you were already describing the play before he made the finish.
And as a point guard, ang sarap magkaroon ng mga ganong kakampi na ipato mo lang kahit saan sa taas. For sure, makukuha nila. In the meantime, Lirio provides a pick for John Carl Gadlan. Now back to Dwayne. Dwayne loses it to the baseline.
That's now just a 7-point lead for San Pedro, as that ploy for Cavite City to just deny Jonas Panahon the basketball has worked.
As we saw that last replay, Melbert Torrente always checking the air up there. Nonetheless, here is a steal. Jonas Panahon will go up, will be fouled by Victorero, and will get the bucket to go. It's a pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted play for Jonas Panahon.
Having that guy having the ability to have a weather check at any time
Right.
for San Pedro has been really a luxury.
Jonas Panahon, he has actually missed several free throws already, but San Pedro gets it back through the efforts of Frank Rubang once again. Now back in the game, Dan Amboy, he has given San Pedro quality minutes, as well as this guy, Frank Rubang, hitting that straightaway 3.
Well, he did struggle early, but Rubang seems to have found his rhythm here, especially in the second half. Now I believe it's 7 points in the game.
De Veles trying to dump it inside to Torrente, but San Pedro anticipated that. Now that off-foot layup by Rubang could not find the right angle, and I believe Jonas will be called for the push. And since San Pedro is already in penalty, 2 free throws coming for Emel Julio.
Julio now with 13 points in the game. Really a big shot in the arm for Cavite City, but they need so much more. 11-point disadvantage with 3 minutes remaining, still very possible to make a comeback.
Emil Julio started out strong in this game. However, in this second half, it seems like the San Pedro Spartans has figured out how to shut him down. In the meantime, John Carl Gadlan was called for the offensive foul because of that very sticky defense implemented by Melbert Torrente.
Well, I'm pretty sure for the players of San Pedro, medyo natuturete na sila sa depensa nito ni Torrente.
Inunahan mo ako doon. Buti na lang. That shot underneath will not go for Roven Cosio. He also has played quality minutes here for Cavite City Aces Solar. Here is Jonas against Himel. They go out to Amboy for 3. Though he has hit some of the shots from beyond the arc, wala siyang tinamaan dun sa last try, and they were able to pick the pocket of Emil Julio. Emil Julio, frustration all over his place right now as Jonas Panahon skies. And while that was an aerial battle between Panahon and Torrente, Panahon getting the better of Melbert in that last play. Last 2 minutes called out by our very handsome venue announcer, Gio Cruz.
As the struggles from the outside continues for Cavite City.
Frank Rubang, bucket plus the foul. Oh, he is still on the floor as that was a hard body check there. See it once again. This foul counted play is brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, D-Liga Ready. And yes, that hip by Roven Cosio, I think connected with the tenders of Frank Miro Rubang as our officials are reviewing this once again to check if there was excessive contact.
Just got the wind knocked out of him. I don't think there was anything malicious on that challenge.
Oh, and as you were saying it, an unsportsmanlike foul was called against Roven Cosio.
But again, whenever we see a player fall on plays like those, the referees do review that.
Frank Nero Rubang started off sluggishly for San Pedro, had a hard time finding his rhythm in this game, but slowly but surely through his defense, he was able to find his rhythm and has played quality minutes here for the San Pedro Spartans. A minute and 42 remaining, 15-point lead for the red shirts of San Pedro. De Luna back in the game using the Dwayne Lirio pick. The pick and roll is beautiful for the Spartans as Dwayne Lirio once again. Nothing flashy, just efficiency.
You like how De Luna waited for that roll from Lirio.
Emil Julio, the layup, too strong. And yes, not just frustration, but a bit of fatigue creeping in dito kay Emil Julio.
He really has played heavy minutes.
Right.
Pretty much almost the entire game maybe, save for like 4 to 5 minutes of rest on the bench.
I'm saying fatigue.